Solana analysis. Today we'll go over the general structure, the presidential election winning odds, which may have some tie to the actual price action, and also to finish it off, the liquidation heat map and what exactly we think may happen and you can interpret from this map. So let us start directly with the structure. We are using Elliott waves to analyze this, and within our analysis, we have concluded that a wave 3 has finished on the 24th of October, and since then we have seen a wave A to the bottom and a wave B to the upside, and overshooting B wave to be exact, and now we are in a wave C. So the question now is, have we bottomed already? And our answer is structurally it would be fine if we have bottomed here. We don't need another low. We have hit the significant Fibonacci retracement levels for us to say this is a proper low. We would prefer one more low, and I'll come to one of those reasons in a second, but also just because we ourselves have orders placed below, so of course we would prefer a lower price, but also structurally it would just be a bit more nice, a bit better if we would see one more low. But in theory, this could already have been the low, and from here we will go higher. So let's look at the presidential election odds, which play a part in the price action actually. If you've seen today's Bitcoin video, we've also highlighted this already. Feel free to check that out if you haven't. Trump's odds are higher with 61%, than Kamala's with 38%. But most importantly is the change over time in those odds. As we can see here, the market is currently pricing in, and this is since yesterday, November 4th, which was yesterday, pricing in that it's more likely that Trump is going to win. He went from 56% to 61%. And if we look at the chart from yesterday, November 4th, basically this time, the chart, you cannot really see it that well here because we've drawn this line here to show when the election is. But basically this line here is also when Solana has rallied. This is the same for Bitcoin, by the way, if you have not looked at that yet. So maybe this current price action is due to the market pricing in that Trump is more likely to win the election, so we rally. Another thing we want to have a look at in this video is the Solana heat map. So if you don't know what a heat map is, we've explained it in the Bitcoin video already, but we will just do it again for maybe the viewers who don't know. The heat map basically shows where long and short orders are going to get liquidated. So for example, here at $168.8, 84 million in short positions will get liquidated. So people who have shorted have the liquidation price here, and in total 84 million of liquidation sits at that level. Of course, the heat map is not an exact replication on what is actually going to happen because it's not based on data. It's more of an educated guess. That is the best way to put it, really. But it's still pretty accurate, and we have found it's a pretty good way to predict what is going to happen. Not really predict, it's the wrong word, but to see what direction we might be heading in. Right now, although, this is very hard because if you look at this map, it's sort of, and you have to know for this, price tends to go into the direction of liquidity. We've outlined why exactly in our course on our website if you want to check that out and get a better understanding of it. And if you would look at this heat map right now and just think, well, it's obvious there's a lot more liquidity to the upside, we just rally to the upside. And that's true on this time frame. We're currently on the weekly time frame because down there is just not a lot of liquidity, but up here there is a lot. But if I just change the time frame, 1 second, it's currently loading, then you see suddenly it's not that easy anymore because yes, down here is less liquidity than up here. So if you would, this is probably a bit closer than this, but in the grand picture, there's so much liquidity down here compared to up here. It's about the same, but if it's about the same, it's not really a clear indication of what's going to happen. It might go down, it might go up. You don't really have a good clue. So based on the heat map, it's sort of hard to predict. We could make a case for us having already bottomed. And what we would see in that case is just that we rally and liquidate all of these short positions and maybe make some new local highs and go to 190 or even higher. But what could also happen is that we actually don't see this. We maybe see a Kamala win, which would be bad for Solana, probably. So we might actually go down to the 140 level. So we would say what we currently do is just that we are a bit cautious on the leverage, a bit cautious that we're not over trading. Of course, this is not any financial advice. You're responsible for your own trades, but that's just what we're doing, and we think that's a sensible decision. So yeah, to conclude what I've just said, structure is telling us that we could have already bottomed, what there is possibility for another low. Presidential elections are telling us Trump is more likely to win at the current moment, and if he is, that is good for the markets in the short and in the long term. Harris is probably going to be bad in the short term, but it's going to be fine in the long term as well. And the liquidations are not really telling us any significant story we can draw from this. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in a trading course, trading signals, the exact trades we do, exactly why we do them, everything well explained, updates as fast as we know them basically, feel free to check out our website, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.